Hello Vault Dwellers, and welcome back to another Fallout Cookbook cooking video. Today we're going to be doing the Nuka Cola syrup from the Fallout Cookbook. I've already got 3 cups of sugar in my pot here, as well as the peel of half of an orange, half of a lime, and half of a lemon. To this we are going to add 2 cups of water, as well as 1 whole cinnamon stick, 2 star anise. The recipe calls for 3 cardamom pods, and I do not have the pods themselves. All I have is the ground. So I'm going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of the ground cardamom for this. It also calls for 1/2 of a teaspoon of coriander seeds, but again, I'm out of the seeds, so I'm going to use the pre-ground, and I'm probably going to just do, I'm going to do everything that's in there, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the coriander as well. So at this point, all we're going to do is let this heat up and stir it until the sugar dissolves, and then we'll drop our heat down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes just to help the spices impart their flavoring into the simple syrup that we're creating right now. While I'm doing that, let me remind you of the community-driven playlist that Japika Death and I have going on our channels. If you would like to be a part of that, it's quite simple. All you need to do is go out and make a cooking video, post it to your channel, and then let either Japik or I know down in either the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you are a part of his Discord server, you can let him or I know there. The playlist is almost at 80 recipes, I want to say. So it has really grown by leaps and bounds. I would love it if we'd be able to get it to 100 by the end of the year. And at the rate we're growing, I think we'll be able to do that. So everybody who's contributed so far, thank you very, very much in helping to make this playlist such as big as a success as it has been. Alright, we are at a boil now, so I'm going to turn this down and let it simmer for 10 minutes. And you do want to keep an eye on this because it can boil over. But you also want to be really careful that you don't splash it up on you, because hot sugar burns really bad. Our simple syrup is done, and now we just need to strain it and get it into an airtight jar and add the remaining 3 ingredients to it. So let's bring my jar over. I'm using a 1.5 pint mason jar. You can use whatever, airtight container that you've got. So for this, I'm just going to use a strainer. And then I'm actually going to put a cloth over my strainer. This is just a clean white cloth, but you could use a cheesecloth for this. Let me see if I can adjust you guys a little bit so that you can see better. And I'm just going to pour this straight in, hopefully without burning myself or spilling it all over me. At this point, everything is strained out, as you can see. All the lemon peel and orange peels, the whole spices remained behind, and all we're left with is this lovely clear yellow simple syrup. Alright, let me bring you back down. We have a few more ingredients. I probably should have gone with a quart-sized jar, but I think we can make this fit. We are going to also add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to add in 1/4 of a cup, if I can do this without spilling it again, of browning liquid. Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh, we're right to the top. Let me get a different jar. Alright guys, I have moved this over to a quart-sized jar. Was not expecting it to make quite as much as it did. The browning liquid I added is actually called Kitchen Boutique. It's a browning seasoning that they add to gravies to give them a little bit richer flavor. It doesn't really impart too much flavor to it, although I do notice that when I use it in a sauce, it makes the sauce a little bit sweeter, so it's actually perfect for this application. The last thing we need to add is the juice from half of the lemon, half of the lime, and half of the orange that we zested earlier. And you want that to equal about 1/3 of a cup of juice from those fruits. And that just goes in as well. And I'm going to give this a quick little stir. And then I will let this sit out on my counter until it cools to room temperature, and before I put my lid on. And then I'm going to move this to my refrigerator and let it set for 12 hours before I use it. It's been over 12 hours since we made the Nuka Cola syrup. And all we need to do to turn this into a cup of Nuka Cola is we need 1 glass with ice in it and 5 to 7 tablespoons of the syrup. Now I've tried it to try and figure out what is the best ratio for this. So that is 4 tablespoons, and I think I'm going to go with 6 for this glass. And then I will just top it off with the seltzer water. And there we go. Ice cold Nuka Cola, fresh from the Fallout world, into your own home. Let's see how it tastes. It's actually really good. You get the different spices that we added into it. They're very subtle. The biggest taste you kind of really get is from the orange, lemon, and lime juice that we added to it. But it's really good. I would definitely sit here and drink a glass of it. Is it going to replace my favorite carbonated beverage? Probably not. But to have it occasionally with a meal, I think I definitely would. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist, as well as the Fallout Cookbook playlist. Leave me a comment down below if you've tried this before, or if you're thinking about making it. I'd like to know how it turns out for you. But for now, thank you for joining me. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.